Okay, so you probably already know where I'm gonna go with this video, just based on the thumbnail and all. Alright, hear me out. When I make videos, I normally try to keep things friendly and safe, mainly due to being able to make my videos watchable for anyone of a certain age. But you know what? It is not my responsibility to tell what users are allowed to watch, and this is a place for me to talk about whatever. And I know that I won't be able to stop anyone that will watch this video when they probably shouldn't, so I'm just gonna put a warning before I get into this. I usually try to keep my videos rather casual, but this time I won't. I don't recommend my younger viewers to watch this video, because I'm gonna get into some more mature topics than I normally get into. But I know that even if I say that, it's not gonna stop you from watching this. And because of YouTube's policies, I'm gonna keep this video straight to the point without getting too descriptive. You got it? Alright, let's get into it. So, where to begin? Now, I'm just gonna start by saying, I'm not the kind of person that likes talking about more inappropriate topics unless the person I'm talking to is fine with it, or if we're not trying to get all freaky about it. I'm usually very taken aback when this kind of topic is brought up casually. I'm just not used to being around people who are always into stuff like sex and whatever. That kind of thing would probably be the last thing I'd ever talk about with another person. But recently, I met someone who kinda gave me a weird perspective of things. So, if you didn't know, I have an Instagram account, but I keep that account strictly private because I post more personal stuff on it, and I only feel comfortable sharing that stuff with people that know me IRL. I've gotten many friend requests from users on Insta, but I normally decline those requests because I don't allow anyone who doesn't know me personally to view my stuff. But sometimes I do make some exceptions. I have received friend requests from some people who I don't know, but we share a mutual friend. I don't know them, but they know someone that I know personally. This kind of instance is very rare because many of my friend requests are strangers, but there have been times where I accept a friend of a friend, because although I don't know them, they could be someone that I'll know, so I allow it, since they know someone I know personally. Does that make sense? Anyway, the reason why I'm saying this is because the story that I'm about to talk about started because of this. One day, I received a friend request from someone that I didn't know, but I looked at their Insta and we shared a mutual friend, so I decided to accept their request. As soon as I accepted, they messaged me, and I got very nervous. I wasn't expecting anyone to just be texting me like that, especially since it's someone that I don't even know, but whatever. Eventually, I mustered up the courage to reply back to them. And he's a guy, and I'm not going to refer to him by his real name, so I'll just call him Jay. He was texting me because he wanted to confirm if this was the same person that he remembered a long time ago. Now, I don't have any clear memories that we've ever interacted before, but apparently he said that maybe we have likely been in the same place at the same time, but we never interacted face to face. Or he only recognized me by my name and that we shared a mutual friend, and that must have sounded familiar to him. I know what you're thinking. This probably sounds like a really creepy interaction since I'm talking to someone like this despite not knowing each other at all. But hold on, we haven't gone into the weird stuff yet. Throughout the beginning of our conversation, things were pretty normal. We were just talking about ourselves and how we both knew our mutual friend. Everything was just ordinary right now. And eventually, things got really strange. I guess in such a short period of time, Jay got a little too comfortable texting someone he didn't even know. In the middle of our conversation, Jay just went in, and he started flirting with me. Casually. And I admit, it took me a bit of time to notice he was actually flirting. Like, just suddenly, he called me cute. And it took my brain a second to process that and realize, wait, was that a flirtatious gesture? Not gonna lie, it threw me completely off guard. No one has ever called me that before, in a flirtatious kind of way, so it was weird to me. But I tried to play it off casually during our conversation, instead of being grossed out, and I think I may have enabled him. I feel like once he realized I wasn't uncomfortable with it, he decided to keep going. At first, I wasn't really sure where this conversation was going, but I decided to go through with it. I thought, wow, someone genuinely seems interested in me. I want to see where things go. And from then on, I took a leap into something that slowly but surely, I realized I was making a mistake. The next day, since our first interaction, I already began thinking that he didn't seem interested in me. But soon, he came back, and he started texting me again. Once more, at the beginning of our conversation, he started things pretty normal, but also tried to be a little risky this time since he knew, or thought, I wasn't uncomfortable with it, and I decided to keep talking to him. I was definitely intrigued because this was, I guess, my first flirtatious interaction I've ever had, and I still chose to take that risk. Quickly after, Jay finally went in and he asked me a question. He said, "Can I ask you a personal question?" And you know what I said? I said yes. And as soon as I said that, the conversation between me and him strayed far from normal. I wasn't really surprised at all. I mean, at least he gave me a bit of a warning this time, but I wasn't expecting it to go as far as it did. But again, I was still intrigued and I decided to go for it. His personal questions started off pretty shallow. He just asked me certain questions regarding to sex and my experience with it, which I'm not going to get into here, but I answered honestly. Interestingly enough, Jay was pretty accepting and wasn't too judgmental with me, which, I mean, he's the one that started asking me this stuff, so he shouldn't be the one judging me. We kept on talking about these things for a while now, and although I was a bit weirded out, I still kept answering his questions. In the beginning, his personal questions remained not too weird, but they were definitely personal. I wasn't sure what this was going to mean between the two of us and what he wanted from me, but as time went on, everything got more strange. For the next few days, Jay kept on coming back to me and asking me personal questions that got progressively weirder and weirder. It started out with casual questions relating to sex to a bunch of odd scenario questions. I thought he was just trying to be playful and joke around, but I started to get nervous. If these very odd specific questions and scenarios are something that's actually going to happen if we met up, I don't think I would have had the courage to do this at all. That's when I started feeling uncomfortable. But what did I do about it? Nothing. I didn't do anything. I just let him keep on talking, and I went along with it. The more questions he asked, the less truthful I became. I was afraid that if I said something, he would be mad at me. After nearly a week of texting each other, I eventually decided to be upfront with him, but kept it subtle and casual. I openly admitted to him and told him that his questions are just weird, and he quickly turned things around. He apologized and he stopped talking to me. He unfollowed me on Insta and we split up. As crazy as that was, I felt like I could finally breathe again. The weight was finally off my shoulders, and it was over, and I could move on. Or, that's what I thought at first. I thought I was finally free from talking to him and I could get back to my normal life again. But, wouldn't you know it, Jay was not done with me. For the next few weeks since we've talked to each other, he kept on sending me friend requests again to follow him, and he even tried messaging me, despite the fact that he unfollowed me. At the time, I just decided to ignore him. I wasn't in the mood to come back to him and start talking to him again and keeping up with that conversation we had from before. I didn't want to do it. I was afraid I was gonna regret it. But even when he noticed I haven't responded to him, he still kept coming back, hoping that I'll respond. But I ignored it over and over again. The more he kept trying to contact me, the more guilty I became. On one hand, I really didn't want to talk to him because I was uncomfortable, but on the other, I wanted to reach out to him again and be honest, but I was afraid I would upset him. I didn't know what to do, so I just gave myself some time. After a few weeks since we've talked, I finally decided to send him a long message admitting my honest feelings towards him. I was uncomfortable, and I didn't want to talk to him in this kind of way. The good news is, he understood me. He apologized, he admitted his mistakes, and he promised he wouldn't do it again. And now that he apologized, now the weight was completely off my shoulders, and for real this time. Part of me was kinda sad that this didn't go very far as I'd hoped since the beginning of our conversation, but honestly, I think it's for the best that we didn't go anywhere at all. I clearly am not ready for the things that he's been asking me for, and he shouldn't have even texted me those things in the first place. I mean, it takes some serious guts to say stuff like that to a stranger. I could have never done that. As of now, we still follow each other on Insta, but we've decided to stop talking to each other and give the both of us some space. So, yeah, that's the story. Now, what's my takeaway for this video? I know that most of the things I talk about on YouTube are more general and something that I feel like the common population will relate to in some way. But in this case, I doubt that many people will be in this kind of situation because it's so odd, and I don't believe many people will stumble across this. But I'll still try and keep this general. To anyone watching, if you're ever in a situation with someone and they make you uncomfortable, don't be afraid to say no. It is for your own safety and comfort for others to not be invasive and do things to you that you don't feel comfortable doing. And those people have to respect that. And if they don't, it's not your fault. The reason why Jay kept on talking to me despite me being uncomfortable with it is because I never told him the truth. I was uncomfortable with him asking me all those questions, but I never told him to stop because I didn't want to disappoint him. I wanted to please him and go along with it, but really, I was just making a fool out of myself. I should have told him to stop. I did eventually, but I should have done it earlier. I do feel really guilty for answering those questions and going along with it because this kind of thing is very out of my comfort zone and it's very out of character for me. But then again, he was the one that started all of this, and I just went with it instead of denying him because I'm far too nice to reject someone even though I should. Moral of the story, say no when you feel like you should.